Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. It's time for The Finish Line with Bree Marie and James Rolland. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Gentlemen, start your engine!
Welcome into The Finish Line at 93.7 The Ticket. This is Bree Marie. I've got my co-host James Rolland on my side. I've got Jake. Hey, Jake is running those ones and twos, and we've got a super special guest today. I'm very excited to have her on. Jade Avedizian. Am I saying this correctly?
Yes, that is correct. How are you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good.
Yeah, this will be a great one. I'm very excited for this. But before we get into the meat and potatoes here, I just want to remind you all that are joining us that you can listen into your car and on our 93.7 The Ticket app, and also watch on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook, and the Allo channel 961. You can call in or text in at 402-464-5685 and chat on YouTube. Jade is going to answer some questions. Surprise, Jade. That will be happening later on. So make sure, ask away, comment away. This is your chance. This gal is going places. She's already been places. She's going to go even further. So you'll want to be a part of the show on this one. And we do want to remind you that the show is brought to you by Stern Company and Eagle Raceway. A little bit about Stern Company. They provide Mobil 1 lubricants.
And they provide to Toyota Racing Development that Jade is racing for.
Weird.
Kind of best.
Yeah, exactly. Even Jade said it was. So make sure you check out Stern Co. We've also got Eagle Raceway. They've got some awesome racing going on, usually on Saturday nights. We just had a high limit series sprint car, 410 sprint car race go on last week, a few weeks ago, a day ago?
Last Tuesday. Last week was just a complete whirlwind, because if a Tuesday night race doesn't throw off your schedule, being off the rest of the week totally does.
100%. But it was super cool, and there's super great weekly racing going on every Saturday night just outside of Lincoln. It's not that bad of a drive, I promise, and it's so fun. So make sure you check out Eagle Raceway as well. Enough about that. We've been wanting to have Jade on for a while, so I'm super excited she's here. Jade, do you want to talk to us a little bit about Mobil 1, because you have some firsthand experience with them?
Yes, so Mobil 1, obviously they're a partner of TRD, and when I signed with Mobil 1 signed with TRD into 2023, obviously, I was just lucky enough to be the one, driving the Mobil 1 car. So I spent all 2023 in a Mobil 1 car on the dirt side of things in the midget. Won a championship with them over there, and then last year had a new adventure with Mobil 1 on road course side of things in the GR Cup Series, by Toyota, and then this year on the late model as well. So they've been with me for basically 3 years now. So great people, and obviously great products, a great partner for myself and everyone at TRD.
Awesome, we love that, and we're gonna get more, because you just mentioned 50 different race cars. Maybe 3, but we're going to get to those in just a bit. James, you have some race roundup for us today.
Yeah, absolutely. And a little bit late to congratulate, but you've already picked up your first late model win on the year over at Hickory. Watched that one on Flow. We were rained out at home, so that was awesome. Kind of fun.
Thank you.
We had some great racing going on this week. Unfortunately, I was out of town for a lot of it. We watched Beatrice from the hotel room, and then Saturday, I literally showed back up to the racetrack, walked in the booth, did the dang thing. Yeah, went home and crashed so hard. Crashed really hard this afternoon for a nice nap too. But going back to the races last night at Eagle, excellent racing from start to finish. We're kind of starting to get into the dog days of summer, so we're starting to see these dry slick tracks kind of come into play. So ton of fun stuff there. Your hobby stock winners, surprise, Dylan Richards picked up another one, I believe number 27 on the year. He was defeated on Friday, ran third over at Beatrice. The Red Cloud Speed Bowl, I know, raced, had a pretty good car count for their second night back on their resurrection season.
And Columbus got a race in after 5
Finally.
rainouts.
I was standing there doing my sunshine dance in Bemidji, Minnesota, trying to make sure that they, got the show
Sunshine
in.
dance. What's that look like?
I'm not going to show that on a camera. You shouldn't see it.
We'll work on it.
So Dylan got the win in the hobby stocks. In the modifieds, it was Sean Harker. That was another slide job slugfest. Excellent. Just I can't stress it enough. People ask me what kind of my least favorite part of racing season has been so far, and really, there hasn't been one. We've been really blessed to have great racing all across the state of Nebraska. Your sport mods was Adam Verbke. He's picked up a track championship, a local Eagle kid. He was super happy. Really good picks with his son down in Victory Lane. I think that might have been his son's first Victory Lane picture that he's going to remember. So that's always pretty special. Your sprint cars, Tyler Drucke picked up the win, and I'm neglecting the A1 Iron stock cars, and that was picked up by Tim Drake in the 55X. I don't think that's his first feature win ever, but it's his first feature win at Eagle for a while. So 5 big classes. And of course, we had the tough truck competition last night.
That was fun.
Matt Roadschafer won on the timed portion. And Matt, back before he got into, I think this is only his second year in a hobby stock, doing the circle track stuff. He's been doing the off-roading for a long, long time. So that Jeep Cherokee was actually his full built trail rig. That thing was ready and it ripped.
It did.
And then Braden Glinsman won the fan favorite award with I think it was a Pontiac Grand Am, and he showed that thing more airtime than a skateboard at the X Games. Now, I kind of wish that the other guy in the fan vote competition would have won because he was the ultimate soldier. He took one for the team. This man broke his nose in the tough truck competition.
So Jade, our tracks, I don't know if your tracks, you're probably familiar with it, but Eagle Raceway, what they do is they usually do something for the fans during intermission or after the races. And last night they did a tough truck competition after the races. And it's like everybody brought out their vehicle that maybe they hit a deer with, or it was purpose built or whatever. And so you had like these Jeeps that were going really nice.
Hoopties.
They put some dirt on the track to make little ramps. Some people were conservative, and there was this one guy in an S10 who just full throttle down the straightaway, lobbed his truck, and it just like launched across the track.
That's funny. So I've never seen that, but I've heard of like Eagle from I think you guys said High Limit went there, so I've heard of the racetrack, but I've never seen any of that stuff.
Yeah, no, it's wild for sure. He took one for the team. You said he broke his nose?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
broke.
crazy.
Came up after the races trying to find the payout window, and he was just, talking like Willie Nelson.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
So you pointed out how he floated through the air. The theme of last night was the Dukes of Hazzard dash, and it was definitely a kind of moment. Jade, being out in North Carolina doing all this stuff, actually, we'll transition back to Eagle for just 1 second. Buddy Kofoid, another TRD driver, picked up the High Limit win over there last Tuesday night. So we got to start working on TRD, and maybe we can get you to make a High Limit debut at Eagle, and we'll do a live remote.
Yes.
Yeah, like growing up, obviously I was, very heavy on the dirt side of things. And, I've gotten opportunities to go run sprint cars, a few years ago in the past few years. And I've honestly just been like, so I guess focused on whether it's the midget, and now it's like everything on the pavement side. And I just, haven't done it, but I'd love to, for sure. I just like to race. I don't care really what it is. And I want to race a sprint car, before I'm done racing for sure, just to say I've done it. But it'd be awesome. But for right now, like for the rest of the year, is just like my main focus is just to get good on the pavement side, and learn as quick as possible in that. And then like hopefully many years or the next few years, I kind of have a good platform over there, and then I can kind of branch off and go back on the dirt side for a little bit of fun with that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so pavement side, because we talk a lot about dirt on this show, even though it's supposed to be a motorsports show. It's kind of a dirt racing show.
I watch more pavement than anybody here.
Anyways, so what was the transition? It sounds like, you grew up dirt racing. What was the transition moving over to a pavement car? And I guess we can start off with, what do you race right now? And what is the kind of the obstacles that you have to kind of overcome with it, because it's so different from dirt?
Yeah, so I race pro late models right now. Not for just one series, just kind of everywhere, just as many races as I possibly can with Donnie Wilson and obviously Charity and Mobile One. And for the past since I was realistically 10, I'm 18 now. So for basically 8 years of my life, like I was just strictly dirt, just really focused on dirt, and I kind of thought that's where my career was gonna go. And then probably beginning or probably when I signed with TRD into 2023 was, when the door kind of opened, that I can get, a shot on pavement. So I definitely didn't pass it up. I wanted to do it. And, now like many years down the road, my goal is to race on Sundays. So yeah, the transition this year has been, it's definitely different, for sure, like dirt to pavements for sure different. But I feel like it honestly has been, it's been smooth for me so far, I feel like. But with that being said, like I feel like I have, a lot of good people, behind me, whether it's on my team or whether it's with, everyone at TRD. So, right now, just week to week, it's a lot of learning for sure. Like I feel like anytime I go to the racetrack, I'm learning something new. So, which is good though. I definitely need to be that way. But so far, it's been a pretty smooth transition, I would say. At least right now.
You've gotten to do a lot of super cool things on dirt, on asphalt, and all that kind of goes in between. I got to listen to you on the Dale Jr. download a couple weeks ago. As just a lifelong NASCAR fan, what was it like to go in there and meet Dale Jr. and to sit in the Dirty Mo studio?
Yeah, it was really cool. He was actually at Orange County for the Carcer race like 2 weeks before that. So I met him there, and then obviously, that opportunity to came about to go on the show. So yeah, it was really cool. I honestly always watch that podcast. Like, no matter who's on it, I always watch it.
Amen.
It's just a good podcast. So yeah, obviously for me to be on, it was really cool. Their whole family history is, really cool. So yeah, just to get the opportunity to be on a show was just special to me.
Have you gotten to watch the Earnhardt documentary yet?
Oh, I was just
I
thinking
have
that.
I have not yet. I really want to watch it. I've only heard like great things about it. So I need to sit down and watch it for sure though.
Awesome. I hope you find some free time to do that.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, it seems really cool. So I just need to this week before I go to the racetrack, I'm gonna watch it. That's my plan this week.
Yes. And as long as it's not on Sunday nights at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, you'll be watching your Earnhardt doc. Otherwise, you're watching the finish line, right?
Yep,
On
that's right.
I knew it. I knew it. I'm a mind reader. Okay, so we were kind of all over here, getting into what you're doing right now, but I'm also interested in how you even got started, because I think everybody's got a different story on how they got into what kind of shapes who they are. And it sounds like, you're saying you don't care what it is, you just want to race. Maybe it's a tough truck. I don't know. Like what got you your start, even if it was just like pedal bikes or something like that? What started Jade?
Yeah, so my dad used to work on dirt sprint cars. So when I was born, I was just always around it, from him. And I was introduced very young. I was actually at a dirt track at like 6 months old. So just introduced very young. And then when I was 4, he bought me a quarter midget, and we just got to like empty parking lot just to see if I like it. And at the time, I didn't really like it, but also take it for granted. I was only 4, so. Luckily, he kept it around a few more years. I tried again when I was 7, and that was it. So, I've basically been racing, every single weekend since then.
What was your feeling when you first, well, not 4, you probably don't remember 4, but like 7, your first race? What was the feeling of being out there, the adrenaline kick for the first time?
Truthfully, I don't really remember it all. I do remember wrecking. I wrecked in my first race, and I actually like fractured my thumb. And we went back to my parents' house in California after the races, and I told my dad like, "Can I go race the next day?" And he was like, Well, like me and his buddies just booked a lake day, and we're gonna go out to the lake, let your hand recover, and we'll go back in a few weeks. And I was like telling him no and no, and so I don't know. I just loved it from literally day one, and he canceled his boat trip the next day, and we were at the racetrack, and I had like this little like sprained little wrist thing on while I raced, and yeah, just I don't know. Ever since I raced it, I just like competing. Like I played school sports as well growing up from probably like 7 to 11, 12, just to see if I liked anything else really. And I like them. I just like competing. And obviously, like the racing, I like the most. And that's what kind of what stuck with me still to this day. So yeah, I just like competing. I like to be competitive in things I do, and I just love the sport in general.
I like that. I like that. It sounds like you got bit by the bug and you definitely have the drive there. So that's awesome.
And we all know once you get bit by the bug, there's really no coming back
No.
from that. It is.
No, you're stuck with it.
What is that they say? Raise your kids with a racing addiction so they can't afford a drug addiction.
Something like that. I think that, yeah. No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I'm probably not right either. At least that's what my dad says.
What's
Happy Father's Day, Dad.
Oh, yes. Happy Father's Day. Jade, what's the hmm, I've got so many questions for you. I'm trying to Rolodex them. What's your most favorite thing that you've ever driven? And it doesn't have to be a race car, but just out of curiosity.
Honestly, that's hard. I haven't really driven many street cars realistically. My dad has like a sports car back home, and it's fun to drive once in a while. But outside of that, I haven't really driven many on the road. I guess I would say. And like race car wise, I think each one I like them like for a different reason. So it's really hard to say on that. Like the pavement side, obviously I haven't tried. I've only tried a late model, so it's a little bit harder to tell. But like the dirt side of things, I did micros, a midget as well, and never the sprint car. But at least I got to try like two different things on dirt realistically. So yeah, hard to say though.
I like it. It's still a race car, so heck yeah.
Yep.
Race cars make the world spin.
Yeah, anything that's a race car, I'll probably drive.
I like it. And a tough truck. No, I'm kidding. So this pavement late model, that's kind of foreign from where we're at. We're in Lincoln, Nebraska. How fast do those things go?
Just kind of depends, like on the racetrack. I'd say so far this year, I'm not even really too sure. Maybe we've hit like 115 at the end of the straightaway somewhere, like maybe New Smyrna or somewhere. But at the same time, I'm not too sure. I feel like the pavement stuff, like to me, feels like a lot slower than the dirt stuff. Like I feel like when I was dirt racing, like it slowed down like the more I did it and stuff. But I feel like there's just so much going on, and it's just quick decisions, and you don't have spotters or anything. And like when I went pavement racing this year, I feel like it just I don't know, it's just slower to me. Everything happens a little bit slower. You have like someone on the roof, like basically driving the race car to a point. So yeah, I don't really know the top speed, but I feel like when I went pavement racing this year, it just felt slower to me.
So is it kind of like what you think if you're watching a NASCAR race? It's, going high on the straights and kind of dipping down a little lower on the corners. Sometimes everyone's on the top. Is there a lot of movement with what you're doing? Is it kind of harder to pass on those than it would be on dirt?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't know. I think it just depends on the racetrack. Like I feel like when I was dirt racing, some nights you just couldn't pass, like just based off the racetrack. And I feel like some racetracks on the pavement side this year it's just tough to pass. So hard to say on that one. I feel like setting up a pass for the pavement stuff's a lot different than setting up a pass for the dirt stuff. So I think that's kind of something I've had to really study hard like during the weeks. So then when I get into those situations on the weekends, I have a better understanding of how to set up a pass a little bit better. I feel like the dirt stuff is you're just kind of driving off like reactions, and you're just reacting to the whatever the person does in front of you. You probably do opposite, and I feel like the pavement side this year, it's just a little bit more like not so reacting, like a little bit more planned out to a point, and just kind of slowing everything down and like realizing where you are on the racetrack, if that makes sense.
Yeah, so it sounds like you're really, I mean, I didn't even think about the fact that it's not only a physical difference in racing because it's a different race car, different track, but also a different mentality that you have to go into thinking it. I'm guessing you're pretty cowboy up on the dirt stuff, and then on the pavement you've got to be well thought out and structured there.
Just a little bit more calculated.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, we've got a ton of questions, especially now that we're getting into the asphalt late model stuff. But I think we're going to bump and run ourselves into a break. Keep it tuned right here. We're with Jade Avedizian on the finish line on 93.7 The Ticket.
Saturday. Eagle Raceway is open for a full season of dirt track racing action every Saturday night. Don't miss the epic battles on the high banks of Eagle Raceway each Saturday between the Nebraska Septic Sprint Cars, Nebraska Lottery Modifieds, Avid Realty Sport Mods, Valentino's Hobby Stocks, and A1 Iron Stock Cars. Let's go racing. Eagle Raceway, just 10 miles east of Lincoln on O Street. Check out the full schedule at eagleraceway.com.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes! Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Attention all Wings fans, Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays enjoy 40% off boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.39 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today, 68th and O, or in Williamsburg Village.
I want to ride. Do you want to ride? June is officially riding month at Rod's Power Sports, Nebraska's largest volume Honda Power Sports dealership. Come in now and take advantage of huge savings and a great inventory selection during Rod's I Want to Ride celebration days all month long. Simply schedule a qualified demo ride on one of their new Honda motorcycles, ATVs, scooters, or side-by-sides, or purchase a new or used vehicle, and you get a free custom I Want to Ride t-shirt. Plus, all month long, they have 10% discounts on all wearables, parts, accessories, and oil change kits when purchased with a new or used Honda. Free refreshments served each Saturday morning in June. Just show up and say, I want to ride, and they'll fix you up with some free stuff and help you pick out that new ride. Come ride with Rod's Power Sports in Lincoln or online at rodspowersports.com. For your safety, read the owner's manual and always wear a helmet and eye protection. Honda Power Sports vehicles are for riders 16 years and older. Honda recommends that all ATV riders take a training course.
Midwest Bank is now hiring in Lincoln. They have multiple banking positions open and are looking for dynamic individuals passionate about helping others and building relationships. With a family-friendly culture, competitive benefits, and unique perks, Midwest Bank is a great place to start a new career. Apply today at midwest.bank. Midwest Bank is an equal opportunity employer, member FDIC.
Hi, my name is Molly Party. I'm a realtor with MP Dodge Real Estate. I'm a newly licensed agent and considered numerous brokerages before deciding on MP Dodge. I chose the company that gives me the most support in my new career, plus guidance and encouragement along the way. MP Dodge has a unique mentoring program for new agents. It's helped jumpstart my career and has a supportive management team and administrative staff. So if you're contemplating a career in real estate, look no further than MP Dodge. It will be the best decision you make.
A1 Automotive's second location is now open at 5110 State Hill Drive, just off of Yankee Hill Road. The new location continues to specialize in all makes and models and provides personalized service as they have for 15 years. To honor the new store opening, A1 is offering $25 off any service over $300, $50 off services over $500, and $75 off services that total over $750, all through July 31st. Schedule your appointment today at a1autolincoln.com and visit their new location in South Lincoln at 5110 State Hill Drive.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in June. Try their brand new S'mores cold brew with graham cracker cold foam. Also try a S'mores croissant and add cake batter cream cheese to any bagel. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Matson's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines, unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge, with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Matson's Bowling and Billiards, just south of 48th and Holdridge.
If you're a veteran, our nation has created a wide range of benefits to thank you for your service. But it can be difficult to navigate the process of determining eligibility, filing claims, appealing decisions, and securing the benefits you've earned. Speak to your county veteran service officer or the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs State Service Office to see what's available to you and your family. These services are 100% free. So visit veterans.nebraska.gov today. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Back to the finish line with Bree Marie and James Rolland on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back into the finish line with Bree Marie, James Rolland, Jake on the ones and twos, and Jade Avedizian, Toyota race car driver, gonna be a superstar, already kind of is, quite honestly. She's joining us in. Remember, you can text into 402-464-5685, or you can chat us on YouTube or Facebook. Ask your questions now. Super cool guests. Make sure you get them in. If we have time, we will answer them. I've got my questions lined up, and I am ready for you, Jade, if you're ready for us.
Yep, I'm ready.
Okay. First question, back from break. What is the toughest track you've ever raced at? Doesn't matter what vehicle it was in, and what made it so tough?
I don't know. I thought I raced at so many places. I would probably say like Eldora. Eldora in the midget. Just because you're running like basically on the wall, like touching it, on and off, the whole corner. And, it only takes, 1 mile an hour too fast or, hitting the wall wrong, for it to go bad. So, I don't know. I'd probably say there. It's just you just have to be very, like, not cautious because you still have to run very hard, but you almost have to be basically really perfect to win there. So, I would probably say there. It is also one of my favorite racetracks, but it's technical.
Have you had the pizza burger there?
I have not. I don't know if I ate there, honestly. I think I ate out of my friend's motorhome, so I don't think I ate anything from the racetrack.
Questions, huh?
I mean, everybody always shares the Eldora menu because they do have really fair pricing and a lot of different options. And every time somebody says Eldora, I just immediately think pizza burger. I just haven't got there yet. I'll try it someday. Just let me live my dreams, Bree.
Okay.
Yeah, they do say their food is really good, though. I will say that.
So do you think, I think you will get into a sprint someday at some point. There's
At
no
Eagle
way you're
Raceway
not going to.
with the high
that
limit.
too. Well, it'll happen. But like at Eldora, do you think being on that track in a midget is preparing you for being in a full-size sprint car? Like, do you think you're going to have an advantage if the opportunity presents itself to go run on that track with a big car?
Yeah, I would say so. I feel like, no matter what race car it is, I feel like, being at the racetrack and, Being on the track is helpful if you ever go back there. Obviously, like the midget and a wing car is, two separate things, and two separate really ways you have to drive each one. So, yes, I feel like it would help me a little bit, just because I know, how the racetrack is, how the racetrack races, and I've watched it since I was, a little kid. It's one of my favorite racetracks to watch. So, I know the tendencies of it. So, yes, I would say it would, help me if I went back there in a wing car for sure.
I like it. I like it. Okay, I've got more questions. What does a day in the life look like for you during race season? What does it look like?
Each day is a little bit different, honestly, and just depending on the week. But for like this week, I race on Friday, or I practice Friday, race Saturday in Flat Rock. So I'll run through Monday through Thursday, fly out Thursday night. So every day, I go to the Toyota Performance Center in Mooresville here to work out. Whether you work out, have meetings with the nutritionist, or a lot of PT these days, with their physical therapist is there. And, there's just a lot of stuff that I think that a lot of people don't really see day to day. And, sim and TRD in Salisbury, that's a huge one right there to prepare you for races. And then just shop time, and sometimes I go out to the go-kart track on Tuesday, to track house, and just run go-karts for the day, and just run laps there. So each day is a little bit different, and each week's a little bit different as well.
I like that. So the racing sim, do you think it's pretty because I know we've got a lot of people who do like the iRacing or the World of Outlaws. Is this more involved? Can you explain the simulator to us a little bit?
Yeah, so it's basically the closest thing, to the race car, honestly. I've personally never been on the sim and then go to the racetrack. It's just for, like when I go to the sim, I run, some tracks that are on the NASCAR schedule just to get me a better idea. But it's a full motion sim. It's actually I'm pretty sure it's a cup chassis on it, and then obviously a seat and stuff, and then screens are all the way around you. So it's really, really real. And all the NASCAR guys say it's the closest thing to the racetracks, or to the
Just
real life thing.
like the heat and the smells that come off of it. It kind of you feel the rotations of the car, but you don't get the same heat, smell, and like exhaustion.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And obviously that's really hard to, replica from the race car. So, yeah, that's kind of the only thing, off. We still have sound in it, but obviously you don't have the heat, or other cars, on the racetrack, in sim. So, it's obviously not gonna be identical to the racetrack, but like I said, it's definitely the closest thing you're gonna get to the real race car.
Does it take you for a ride if you wreck? Or how violent is it on you? Like, is it like, oh, you messed up and shakes the living life out of you, or what's that like?
No, it's not too bad. I mean, if you wreck like into the wall or something, like it shakes obviously, and you kind of feel it, but it's not like, oh my gosh, I just got the wind knocked out of me on sim. It's pretty calm. But like if you do wreck, you definitely feel it a little bit, just like the vibration and stuff.
Not the full blown 7G impact to turn three.
Yeah, not the
No, no.
special or whatever.
Yeah, you want those least as possible. So
Yeah,
you just gotta
absolutely.
for the real race car.
So with it sounds like, Toyota's got a gym, as you were saying, and you're doing different training. You've got PT, things like that. Are you focused mainly on strength training? Are you focused more on endurance? Are you focused more on agility and like keeping your mind sharp? What is your training plan with that?
Bree's a gym teacher, so
I
you
am.
can
I want to write a new workout.
yeah, like
Okay,
talk to you
gotcha.
all day.
So it's kind of all of it. So like Monday we'll lift. I don't really know like whether it's legs or arms or whatever it is tomorrow, but Monday's a lift, and then we actually have heat room on Tuesdays. So it's a little tiny room with like a skier, a rower, a bike, and it's like think 20 degrees in there, and you wear like thermal long sleeve thermal pants, just to kind of replicate to get how hot the race car gets. So that's one thing that's actually really really cool and helpful. So we have heat room on Tuesday. And then usually Wednesday, or lately actually Wednesday, we've been running outside. So like a run day, and then Thursday another lift, and then Friday if you're here, they'll decide for that. But for me, most of the weeks I'm not here on Friday, so just Monday through Thursday.
So it gets up to 120 degrees in those cars.
Yeah, so the NASCAR stuff's like I'm pretty sure they say like 130, 135. So yeah, it gets really hot in those, and it's not like the dirt car. Everything's the dirt car is very open obviously, and this you got a windshield, like full body panels, like so yeah, the heat just regulates through it, and even the late model gets extremely hot. So yeah, it's gonna be definitely interesting when July and August, come around. It's gonna be hot, but that's definitely one thing that we could definitely prepare with using the heat room during the weeks.
With me being an asphalt short track kind of nerd that never actually gets to
Nerd.
go, I never get to go to
Nerd.
any of the asphalt short tracks because there's only one asphalt track in the state of Nebraska, and it's like 4.5 hours away, clear out in the Panhandle. You get to go to some really cool places, like you had mentioned New Smyrna, and I was thinking of North Wilkesboro. You don't have to stick with one, but do you have like one or two tracks that are just maybe not necessarily the racing product, but just the atmosphere? What are your favorite atmospheric tracks in motorsports?
I feel like so far this year, like it's hard to beat North Wilkesboro for sure. Like we ran Thursday, and obviously the truck race and the cup race, were that weekend. So, obviously that's really hard to beat. But outside of that, I feel like New Smyrna, honestly, like New Smyrna raced, really well. I haven't been to many tracks so far this year, but I've been to a few. But just to say I've ran, North Wilkesboro is definitely pretty cool to me.
Will you do the snowball this year?
I'll do the snowflake. Yep, I'll do the snowflake in the
All right.
program.
And then
So.
kind of sticking with TRD and the asphalt side of things, I've been a big Christopher Bell fan for a long time, mostly because he won the Chili Bowl the last time that I was down there. But what's it like kind of having some of these Toyota drivers helping to mentor you? Obviously, I'm kind of a Bubba Wallace fan, so we do like the Toyotas around here, even though I drive a junky Dodge. But welcome back to the Truck Series, Dodge.
Yeah, it's obviously really cool. Obviously Christopher is, the star of the TRE program. It's cool to see, someone, that has basically made it. And, there's obviously others, but it's just cool to see, Christopher like kind of compared to myself, I guess. Obviously he's, in my opinion, way better and a lot more talented, than I am right now. But it's just
Okay.
cool to see the kind of the same steps. Like he was at Keith Coons for however many years. I did the same thing, and then, he just worked his way up, and now, he's, shining in the Cup Series. So it's just cool to see someone else have done it, and they've succeeded in it. So yeah, it's cool to see that. But also there's a lot of people in the Tier D program, whether it's grassroots racing or Truck Series, Xfinity, or Cup. So obviously there's a lot of kids coming up right now. But yeah, I think I look up to Christopher, and even a little bit of Kyle Larson, just because they've kind of done the same thing as I, or as myself, and they've succeeded in the top of the top so far.
I like it. So, one question I have, and it's going to be a deep one, so prepare yourself, is one day you're sitting back, you're in your rocking chair, not racing anymore, and you look back on your career. What do you want people to have known you for? What do you want people to have seen Jade be?
Probably that I just am a winner, hopefully. I
like it.
feel like I've, pride myself, very, very hard to make sure, I basically win in, whatever series or whatever car I am in. And, it's obviously going to get tougher. And, the Cup Series is extremely tough. I would just want people to, know me as that. And also just like a good person, whether it's day to day or, whether it's, at the racetrack, towards fans. So, yeah, just obviously I want to be known as a winner and a good person to other people as well.
I like that.
Yeah, kind of a rock star. I mean, you kind of remind me of I, I don't know the right way to say this, but you're a racer. You remind me of all the other racers that I get to talk to, because we all have such a unique story to tell, and you're pretty articulate with telling it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Like I said, I just, pride myself to making sure, that I have a chance to win at least every weekend. And obviously every weekend I'm not going to win. And, I mean that by no ifs, ands, or but. It's just the sport's too tough right now. But I feel like, as long as I'm, giving myself, an opportunity to win the race, then I walk out of the weekend, happy with it, whether the outcome is if I win or if I not.
I like that. I like that a lot. And it sounds like you've got a really good work ethic, because I don't know anyone around here who will go in a 120-degree room and get on an echo bike. So kudos to you for that.
You want to
one.
have a challenge?
No,
You know
I
we
don't
can
think
do
I
this?
would make it. Can I have some practice first?
I mean, you have a little bit more practice than I do.
Oh,
I mean,
a challenge between you and I. I thought you
Oh,
and me
yeah.
and Jade. I was like, Jade's gonna win this one for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
James,
I have a head start though. I've been in the heat room for like, I don't know, maybe a year and a half to 2 years. So I got a big head start.
Yeah.
So
no, I'm screwed.
after the heat room, do you do a cold plunge? I heard-
Some people do, but I don't know. I don't honestly, I usually grab a smoothie, get some protein in, and go on with my day.
That sounds a lot nicer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't tried the cold plunge. I don't think I will, but I'm a sauna guy. But Bree, let's go back to this, because I'm pretty sure I could take you down in any like
Well, hold
hot
on.
room type of competition,
You-
especially if we're gonna do it with the bike. Because you got to remember, I didn't have a driver's license till I was 30, and I rode a bike 6 miles to and from work in the snow, uphill both ways.
Okay, Grandpa.
Yep.
So just like Jade said, she wants to be remembered as a good person and a winner. I want to be remembered as a winner. And I want to be remembered as the person who won this hot room echo ski row competition or whatever. I will kick your butt 110%.
I feel
right,
like
Jade?
Matt Warner. Oh,
Yeah, sure. We gotta see it though.
Yes. No pressure there. That wasn't forced one bit.
all right. So I'm an announcer, and Bree is a driver. So if we do this competition, we're gonna have to get you in via Zoom, and you can be the commentator.
Okay, yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. So then I can see with my own eyes.
You're also going to be producer though, because if things are going poorly on my end, I need you to, glitch out a little bit. Help a
I
girl.
got you.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
cool.
All right. So to summarize that, it's on. Well, I think with that said, Bree's not ready to be done trash talking, and
No.
neither am I. So I think we're going to take a quick break. Keep it tuned in here to the finish line on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100. Or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
What do you look for when searching for a plumbing company? Integrity, positive customer reviews? Are they insured and fully licensed? How about a company that has all 3? Deals Plumbing in Lincoln is your go-to certified plumbing company that can help you fix anything from leaks to clogs, water heaters, and more. Give Deals Plumbing a call today at 402-525-7311, or you can visit Deals Plumbing online at dealsplumbing.com.
I want to ride. Do you want to ride? June is officially riding month at Rod's Power Sports, Nebraska's largest volume Honda Power Sports dealership. Come in now and take advantage of huge savings and a great inventory selection during Rod's I Want to Ride celebration days all month long. Simply schedule a qualified demo ride on one of their new Honda motorcycles, ATVs, scooters, or side-by-sides, or purchase a new or used vehicle, and you get a free custom I Want to Ride t-shirt. Plus, all month long, they have 10% discounts on all wearables, parts, accessories, and oil change kits when purchased with a new or used Honda. Free refreshments served each Saturday morning in June. Just show up and say, I want to ride, and they'll fix you up with some free stuff and help you pick out that new ride. Come ride with Rod's Power Sports in Lincoln or online at rodspowersports.com. For your safety, read the owner's manual and always wear a helmet and eye protection. Honda Power Sports vehicles are for riders 16 years and older. Honda recommends that all ATV riders take a training course.
Give your furnace a break with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Heartland of Nebraska Windows offers a free estimate, full window replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty of everything, while still keeping their prices affordable. Sounds too good to be true, right? Heartland of Nebraska Windows is locally and family owned with their own team of installers. Give the window experts at Heartland of Nebraska Windows a call today at 402-430-3852 or visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. Elevate your home or business with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows today.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at gainatrucking.com.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in June. Try their brand new s'mores cold brew with graham cracker cold foam. Also try a s'mores croissant and add cake batter cream cheese to any bagel. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Spring sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Hey, baseball fans, join the Blur Tailgate at Hilton Omaha this June for our 12th annual hospitality event during the College Baseball Championship Series. Book an experience for your clients or employees with an inclusive bar, buffet, TVs, music, and tailgate games. Secure your spot today and let Blur Events take care of all the work so you can enjoy the day. Plus, we're just steps away from Charles Schwab Field. Visit blurevents.com to book your group, buy tickets, or learn about sponsorships. That's blurevents.com, your college baseball and football tailgate destination.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions with pay starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
93.7 The Ticket is your home for every Kansas City Royals baseball game. Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, and the rest of the Royals attempt to make the postseason for the second season in a row. And you can hear all the action on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Your home for Kansas City Royals baseball. Back to the finish line with Bree Marie and James Rolland on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back into the finish line with Bree Marie, James Rolland, Jake on the ones and twos, and Jade Avedizian. We got a superstar with us here today. Thank you all for listening in. Remember, you can text in at 402-464-5685. We did have some questions. One of them actually came through my phone. I got texted this one, and they want to know, Jade, what are your strengths? What do you think your strengths are? Whether it's just driving, it's in life. What makes you strong?
Oh, that's a good one. I'd say like racing wise, I feel like I'm, very aggressive. I feel like, I like to say that's, one of my strengths. And I don't know really where it's kind of have came from. I feel like, the day I kind of started racing, I was, just that way. And Sometimes it does put me in a bad spot, for sure. Just being too aggressive and, it definitely has hurt me sometimes. But, I feel like I'm never going to change, the way I race, because I feel like it helps me, right now more times than it hurts me. So, yeah, I would say, being super aggressive, is kind of my best friend right now.
I like it. I like it. And you have to take those chances. Like, or why are you out there? You have to race hard. You have to run it
And
to its
nobody's going to give
limits.
you an inch either. So
No,
you gotta
exactly.
you gotta kind of, almost fight fire with fire. Obviously, do it respectfully. You've got excellent racecraft, but if somebody thinks they're going to take an inch and you're just going to let them have it, I think they're
Yeah.
wrong.
They'll walk
And that
all
goes
over
for
you.
any race car driver.
Yes.
You're not going to get to the front if you're,
Yeah.
take any stuff from anybody.
So,
For sure.
what is real briefly, what is a race that you remember where, you just kind of had to overcome the odds and maybe you missed your heat race and you had to come out of like a C feature or whatever and you played alphabet soup? What was the race where you probably passed the most cars in your career?
I'm betting it was Chili Bowl. Well, probably Tulsa Shootout.
Ooh.
Let me see. Let me think about it. So Chili Bowl, it was not Chili Bowl, because I ran it 2 years. I ran third on my prelim night, so I only had or I was on the front row of the B, so that one was not bad. And then my second Chili Bowl, I missed it by like one spot or something. I finished sixth in the feature. But I think it probably has to be for sure. I don't know, actually, something this year. I think I started 13th maybe, New Smyrna Speed Week earlier this year and finished fourth. So that was good. Obviously it takes a different set of, how to race, late models than I'm used to on the dirt side. So right now I'd say that was tough, obviously a little bit because I didn't really know, how to set up passes. But luckily I did, a lot of studying before that race, so it made it a little bit easier.
I like that. I like that. All right. Do we have any questions or comments?
We do have a comment from Steve Brown. Says, "Good evening."
Oh, hi, Steve. Steve's a good guy.
Thank you very much for tuning in. I actually had a question from the midget days. Why do I feel like I remember seeing you win something at Jefferson County Speedway, Fairbury, Nebraska?
I think I ran second there.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry to open a wound.
I can't really remember. But I think I ran second. Yeah, I think I ran second. Honestly, so that, like you were talking about earlier about Eldora, that place, or how I was, Jefferson's one of my favorite places. Like, I feel like Eldora and Jefferson, I don't know why, but Jefferson was just really cool. Like, I like how it had no walls, and qualifying was a little bit tricky, but like feature time you could run really, really hard, and I feel like the racing was always really, really good. So yeah, unfortunately I never won there. We got close. Even last year we were really, really close. I think we finished third. But yeah, it was just tough, but yeah, we did not win there.
Well, we got to get you to come back and do it again.
Oh, yeah.
I'm also being slightly selfish because Tommy Denton is the promoter at Fairbury. He's also the promoter at Beatrice on Friday night. And I happen to know that he's tuned in right now. So I'm sure you just made him smile absolutely ear to ear. But yeah, Cody Brewer and the whole gang do a great job with that Midwest Midget Championship. Forgive me, I'm missing the dates, but definitely want to plug that show a little bit because we're going to be down there having some fun.
Yeah, they do. And I've ran it the past 2 years and it's always been fun. Because isn't that where they do Jefferson County to Red Dirt or something? Like it was 4 days, like the little speed week
Turn it
thing.
into a 3-day show. They do the shrimp boil on Thursday night after.
Okay, yeah, with the fair, So yeah, so 2 years ago, no, last year we always did or we didn't practice last year, but we went to the fair in the seafood deal, and then raced the next 2 nights. So yeah, it's more of an event. So yeah, we liked it, my team liked it, and it was a fun few days.
Yeah, absolutely. That show is one of those. Unfortunately, we don't get hardly any midget racing around here. I mean, there's more midgets in garages around Nebraska than there is places for them to race them at, other than the small track inside of Belleville. So the Midwest Midget Championship, when they started that off at Jefferson County Speedway, I mean, you walked in there for the first time that they did it. And I can remember going with my grandparents to figure 8 races in the infield growing up, and that place having like 120 people in it. And then you walk in for this Midwest Midget Championship, the inaugural event, and it is just absolutely slam packed. And then you go back the next year and they've added more grandstands and it's slam packed. And then they add more grandstands and it's slam packed. That's such a unique event to the state of Nebraska. And it's great to see, because you see a lot of these events that come in and they have an excellent turnout for the first 2 or 3 years. And then it just kind of starts to dwindle off. But yeah, that event definitely has a lot of steam. Sorry to kind of go off on a tangent there, but I absolutely love that place in that race.
Hey, fans and stands is super important.
Yes, for sure. I was just gonna say that, like, anytime you go to a racetrack, whether it's dirt or pavement, and there's fans in the stands, I feel like it just, like, you race like it means more. Like, it's hard to kind of explain, but more fans the better for sure. It helps, the sport for sure, and it makes it a cooler event.
All right. Well, before we log off here tonight, is there anyone or any partners you'd like to thank?
Just everyone at TRD, and TPC, and obviously Mobile One, and I'm excited to have Yahoo on for a few races this month as well. So just all of them, they're great partners for me, and Sparko and Buzz Bikes and Car IQ, and everyone else, behind closed doors that makes it possible.
That is awesome. Thank you so much, Jade Avedizian, for joining us. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We'll be back again next Sunday night on the Finish Line, only on 93.7 The Ticket.
Thank you guys for having me on.